Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is a sponsored video for Liz, and it is being sponsored by Luis, or Lou. And here's Liz's story, thanks to Lou. Hello, I am 18 and the golden child of a mom narcissist. Seeing your channel has helped me to understand narcissism and anticipate that it is a real thing. Thank you for your education on the topic. I really just found out about narcissism 5 days ago. My sister, who is a scapegoat, mentioned that term referring to my mom once, and the term kept haunting me until I realized I needed to know about it. I didn't really think about it when she said it, and neither did she, but later I was like, I need to know about this. My whole life I had no idea anything was wrong with what was going on. When finding out about the family dynamics of narcissists, everything I saw corresponded with my family. It all started to make sense. It was nauseating though. When I was born, my mom automatically loved me. It was like an automatic thing. It was like I was deemed the revolutionary thing that she finally got. I feel like it's messed up that I say that though, because moms are supposed to love their kid. I just remembered I loved my life. I mean, not that I loved it, I guess. I really didn't know what it meant to love your life. I just felt like I was a robot. I didn't feel like a person. Maybe all kids of narcissists feel like that. I just know that my mom liked me, even though occasionally she would make me take ice cold baths. It's just like a sick, twisted version of love. She gives all this love to her child, but it's fake. It's not real. It's disgusting. Well, yeah, I grew up like that, la-di-da. Just giving, just living, just because, just being a source of supply, the usual. Accepting it, thinking that it was normal. Like, oh yeah, I mean, I never have really shared with someone how I feel, but it's fine. My mom loves me, but it doesn't matter about my feelings. No one is supposed to know them. They're non-existent. They aren't there. I'm invisible. I'm just a person with a hollow soul. Ask me about how I feel, but I don't know. I am helpless because saying how I feel violates the narc's rules, and I'm afraid of what will happen if I try to speak out. I have no idea that I am afraid, though. I think that this is normal, brainwashing at its finest. It's like a gap between everything that is real and everything that is fake. It's like a hole and there's no bridge to meet in the middle. I grew up this way. I was a good child, though. I cared about school and I was funny, nice, genuine, and on my best behavior all the time. Looking back, I think it was because I knew I had to be. If I wasn't, my mom, if I wasn't, my mom would go crazy, and in my head, I'd be like, shut up. That wouldn't do anything because she doesn't see me, so keep her from bugging me anymore. Then I knew she could. I just got my stuff done. My mom tortured my sister her whole life, and I couldn't do anything about it. She was just mean. She would pour water on her to get her out of bed, drag her to all these different places that made her think that there was something wrong with her. Therapy, tutoring. Like no mom is, it's like no mom, it's you. Eventually, my sister got away from her before she graduated high school, and she was fine. I mean, not totally, though. To this day, they still have contact. Around the time I turned 18, I started to realize something wasn't right about my mom and our relationship, basically the whole dynamic. This was before I learned about narcissism. I just started resenting my mom so much, and I didn't really know why. It's like I knew something was terribly wrong. I started to realize that she couldn't give any shits about me or my feelings or anything. Once you realize that shit, it's done for. I started becoming depressed and she did not care at all. Not caring is an understatement. She liked it. She liked to see me depressed, and it's so disgusting. It made me want to pull my hair out. It made me want to punch something. I remember one time when I was talking to her, I physically pulled my hair as hard as I could. I still don't know how to react or how to feel, or more importantly, how I feel. I'm just so confused and I don't know what's going on. I moved out of her house into my dad's after that, basically out on a limb. It was crazy. I honestly don't know how I got through all that. So now I know the truth. 5 months after all this, I haven't talked to my mom in 2 days. I told her I needed space and blocked her on my phone. I have been empty, and my sister was afraid I was turning into a narcissist and I have been suicidal. So we went to the emergency room. That was the only way I could get any help without my mom getting involved. So I did it, and now I'm in outpatient treatment. I don't know how I'm going to get through the next year. I am totally hollow and lifeless, like what is going on. How does one deal with this beyond the mental capacity of me? What's worse is that my sister thinks I'm turning into a narcissist. I want to be like, no, I swear I'm not. I do not know what's wrong with me, but I swear I'm not. I just wanted to share my story. Thank you for your videos. You're very strong, Liz. Look, Liz, I mean, you're young, you're 18. You're now outpatient because you got to the point where you're suicidal. You're just so young. You know, you're only 4 years older than my own kid. You know, when you're pulled out of bed like that, it's just traumatizing. It's traumatizing, and it screws with you for your whole life when you're traumatized like that. You know, my question is, why does your sister keep saying that you're turning into a narcissist? What are you doing? How are you behaving? That she's accusing you of doing the same thing. What you have to be very careful of, Liz, is that you're not emulating your mother's behavior, because it's all you know. That these cries for help don't be perceived as just cries for attention, just cries for supply. It's only been 2 days. You want your mom to love you, but that's what this seems like this all is. And she's not. She doesn't. She doesn't care about anybody but herself, because she's another perpetual teenager. God, I hate these goddamn bugs down here. She's another perpetual teenager who won't grow up. Understand this, Liz, at this point, and I've said this to other people. Killing yourself is giving the narcissist what they want. It's feeding their supply, and they'll be able to live off it for the rest of their lives. It's not what you want to do. You want to get ahead of this, and you want to tackle it. You want to stop the behaviors as they're happening. Okay, you need to, and you're just so damn young. You really are. You're so young, and it's a lot to deal with at 18, and I realize you're new to this, and you're trying to find it out, and you got a sister that's accusing you of being a narcissist. Narcissists typically don't write to me, because narcissists don't care if they're a narcissist or not. Narcissists don't care if they're a narcissist or not. That's the bottom line. So, stay with your dads. Keep your mother cut out. And you may have to cut out your sisters too. If they're going to keep making accusations like that, you may have to cut them out as well. I know that sucks, and it might be daunting at 18 years old, but they're not helping. If you're 18, you're going into outpatient therapy because you're suicidal. It's not good. It's not good. And killing yourself only gives the narcissist what they want. So keep that in mind as well. So thank you for your story, and thank you, Lou, for sponsoring the story for Liz. You know, she's a young girl. She needs some help. So I hope everybody in the comments section will give her some support and reach out to her and give her some advice, because I know some of you are out there that can do that. So, and I would appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching again and again. If you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, phone call, have a private video made or a Facebook chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who can't afford one, or just sponsor the channel in general, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. And if you're still unclear, wait for the instructional video link to pop up on the screen at the end of this video to walk you through all of that. Please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance.